The Barracks.
You're right. The dog was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right. I left my home. I left my home.
Yo, another episode.
Go again.
There's the realest one here.
Come on.
Trust me on that one.
Let's hear it.
So
Let's
let's
give it
go
to
with
the
the
people.
rituals,
Let's
though.
give it to the people. Know them once.
I pledge allegiance
Yes.
to the ways, the code, masculinity.
Masculinity.
Never at any point
Never.
should the feminine imperative affect my decision-making capacity. Then we roll in.
Yo, what you saying, G?
Tunabatole.
When I was a cool.
Kama jana na shari.
Siko.
So let's call.
Yeah.
Ngeke basithethe.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Today I'm gonna ask you. Today I'm doing the asking. You know them ones. Because this is gonna be a lesson, bro, for everybody.
Yo, for everybody, bro.
For
Me
everybody.
included.
Me included, bro.
Yo.
Me included, bro. I think generally with this topic we understand the behavior, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't
now,
define.
you see, so now we'll be able to give people the guideline and instruction. So, mawenda kanje. So,
Ukuphatha ngendlela.
wena mawenda kanje usuku.
Angithi nje sitawubekiswa info lesimbo. Info ye-race. Kunama-stereotypes that are associated with black people.
Yes.
And those are stereotypes because of the time.
Most of the time.
So if white people, those other people, whatever other people we have. But ma-stipulations and qualities and characteristics of a group of people. And they apply to that right? So I don't know. Futhi kule episode yanamhla discussa the smaller component
Yes.
of that. Understand?
What are we talking about today, bro?
Today we are speaking on the genesis of this whole barracks thing that we've got going on. Today we are speaking masculinity.
Masculinity.
Yeah,
We need science going on.
my boy. Ba-ba-ba.
So madness.
I know today we're speaking masculinity as the
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I'll just give you a breakdown of maybe how we're gonna speak on it, you know. Because masculinity as a concept is one thing. And then it's about the door and the second underneath. It's a masculinity school. The Google version of what masculinity was, I like it very much. But you guys have your own definition of what masculinity is, right? But the summary of what masculinity is and should be, generally, it's one characteristics that are usually associated with men. That's the life version of it.
Yeah.
Because you let things work down, let's just use that as the premise.
That's the premise. Yes.
It's in the which you associated much. The deep voice, that's what it's supposed to be. The testosterone, that's masculine. Aggression, that's masculine. Aggression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, welcome back to another episode of The Barracks. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow Barracks History on Twitter and on Instagram. Let's engage. Have a nice chit chat. Let's reason together as a people. So for this episode, we'll be introducing a couple of new ideas to some of y'all, but not that new to a lot of us.
Yes.
As the net, you know. But again, for the purpose of education, we have to define certain terms and really bring people into the conversation around it.
Again, every time we say this at the start of the episode, we're defining something. We're not talking preference. Because, hey, So my preference is yes, all of us. All of us, because now it's just me masculinity, someone's gonna come and say, no, but to me masculinity is
not to you. That's not masculinity. Masculinity, I'm not saying necessarily is what we say it is.
Yeah.
It's up to us, it's all the lads to redefine what it is. But right now I'm giving you the idea of masculinity, the cognitive approach that you employ when you make decisions and say, so so the science, the less you now when the research is more extensive than ours. Cool, brilliant to the team.
yes.
But right now it's anywhere using what we know and what we've seen and what we've proven to be factual. So okay. So because of this and this and that. Yeah. And masculinity is always gonna be a very tricky chat. You know, because we've heard the phrase toxic masculinity one too many times. You know. So now we'll even get to what toxic masculinity might be. You know, eventually during this chat. But right now let's start with the masculinity and dividing it. And to help my people put themselves in categories as well, as they always like to say. But for me, excuse me, we've got you covered. We've got you covered. You know where you fit.
Yes.
As we break down some of these things, right? The approach that I want us to take is to approach masculinity from a red pill lens and from a blue pill lens, right? If you've watched The Matrix, you know what I'm talking about. But now this is context relevant to men. Why we think how we think, why we do what we do, the why behind everything that makes us who we are. There's a red pill and there's a blue pill to that. Some of us are still in the Matrix. A lot of us are still in the Matrix.
Yeah. I think, look, from my view, right? The blue, it blurs your vision, right?
It's Matrix.
Blurs your vision, and you think what you're seeing and what you think is what's good for you or what works, and it's like, okay, perhaps. But when you now take the red pill, you take off your glasses are basically removed, you're given a new pair of eyes. Well, wrong. No, biggest thing the wrong way the whole time.
I'm going to say, I'll refer a lot to the movie. And I know all of us have seen it, so please, let's not have that chance. Morpheus, Nalanilani Olapapellis. Well, I'm jail all the time. Bro, let's move it. They're going to operate. Tata penis. The colors are different. The colors are different.
Absolutely.
Yes, they universe, yeah, for our situation. But that's how we get to the colors. But the point was, if you take this pill over here, everything that you've believed to be true isn't necessarily as true. And you see parts of that. Take this pill, I'm gonna throw you in the deep end. You go further into realizing how much of what you've been thinking of is a lie.
Do the math.
Yeah, Bali, so as I'm saying, Morpheus is telling the Bali, if you take this pill, bruh, you realize just how much of what you think you know to be true is actual nonsense. It's not the reality. If you take this pill, you go deeper into it and understand just how much of what you know is true. Or you take this pill on this side. And when you take this pill, you'll wake up in your bed so that we found you there. And you're gonna believe everything that you are made and told to believe. You know, this is gonna be consequential. You just go back to your normal
Yes.
state of existence. And that's it. Red pill, blue pill. Influence on our side.
Right.
You know. So now masculinity is somewhat attached to that. Because we've been taught that masculinity is this. Whereas throughout time, throughout nature has been proven that no, actual masculinity is that. So we need to make that differentiation. And they don't know how to relate to those.
Yes. Because now I think I said it on the previous episodes, we are lost because we are the most disconnected from nature. Because ultimately this is a nature concept.
Yeah.
It's prevalent all the species. Yeah, all the species. Most of the time, right?
Yeah. Almost all the time.
All the time, okay. So now your conditioning and which side of the pill you are also determines your outcomes.
Yes. Definitely.
Big combo.
Outcome.
Outcome, boy. Right? But the problem is no one wants to hear why they're getting a certain outcome. They just want to live as they are living.
They get a different outcome.
Get a different outcome and be oblivious to the fact that this is why you are getting these outcomes, because you are this or you are not this.
I'm going to start at the root.
Yes.
If the root is corrupt, even that fruit
Yes.
is corrupt. It might be fruit, yes,
Yeah.
but it's not the right fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Nege uflying amahoza bese nase kusikhathi sekuvuna wena sovuna ema-benches bethi uhlangene amahoza now don't usiseyile noma ngabe ema-benches wathanza kakhulu kunalo mahoza don't akuyo umhlangene kubuya lapho. It's a concept of nature, guys. You need to understand it. So let's start. Masculinity. You all define that how you want to define it, but we won't know what it is. But descriptions will be going along as we flow with the chair. And they will say the red pill and the blue pill. Yeah,
It's time to get techie.
that's right now.
Techie.
Say Barafinya. The red pill is mainly knowing where you were, knowing what you did,
Yeah.
and the natural essence of what it actually is. You know, the truth. That's the red pill over here.
The truth. Not how you see things.
And then the blue pill is your condition. It's what you know to be true. Not necessarily the truth. You know? And unfortunately, the blue pill affects how we behave, how we move in society, and how we see women and how we treat them. We are conditioned to treat them a certain way.
Right. I was about to go into that in both questions. As things stand, because now we've spoken about matriarchal and patriarchal society. As it stands now, are we a red pill society as the host? Are we a red pill moving society or we are a blue pill?
We are blue pills.
100%.
100% blue pill.
Not even close. It's not even close.
The resistance we are getting stems from that.
Yes.
Which you are saying, trying to say to the host, yo, there's another way. The hands are like, no, fuck your way. Even the hosts are like, no, we reject your way.
It's fine.
It's fine. The blue pill is next. Going back to the movie though, that nigga Cypher that snitched on all the gang
Yeah.
was like, bruh, man, fuck this. I don't want to know the truth though. Keep me in the matrix. The stake, I know it doesn't exist, but the matrix is telling me it exists. With its juice. Theoretically, I like that. Carry the illusion. And all of our men did. So that vibes. Let me move with the illusion. The truth hurts me.
5%.
Neo died for the truth.
Yeah. ultimately socially, who we are is also dying because we are coming with the RP energy.
Rapid is not nice. You as the person who ingested it, it's not nice for you. And it's even worse for the people that you're trying to teach that shit.
Yeah.
You know? So cool. Let's contrast these things, right? Give you context so you understand what we're talking about, right? We're just gonna talk simple characteristics and scenarios that make one belong this side or belong to the other side. Niggas that understand the red pill, understand woman nature, right? Female nature. Now, this is a deep concept because also it's evolutionary. Why and how women act the way they do. So from an evolution perspective, because now you look at things like mating strategies.
Yes.
Right? From back in the day, they were predisposed to picking the best play for themselves and their offspring, which means this guy must emulate certain qualities that I need as a woman and that my kids would need from a man.
Yes, of course. Right.
To be selected, chosen. That's the provider protector. I forget the other P, but it's always the provider and protector, but I forget the other P. That's the 3 P's. But those niggas had to relate that shit. And back in the day, that's typically the alpha scenario, which we'll get to later on. Where it's like, okay, protect, if you protect, you must be big in size, you must be able to defeat the other man. Typically, that's the structure. That's why even now, if a guy is well built, naturally, dog, the beam tingles with the hands.
There we go.
You see, go.
No, equivalent.
Protect element. Oh, daddy.
Alpha energy.
You know?
Yeah.
Providing element, now it's like, wow. It's like, yo, dog. If I have a kid by you, I know that kid's set for life. I might be set for life. Shit, if I marry you and kill you in a divorce, it's a crap. I'm good.
Yes, some snake shit, but yes.
It is what it is, dog. It's a hustle. It's a hustle.
Looting skin.
You know? So red pill niggas understand that. Woman nature. It's your women will always do what serves them best. That's why the monkey branch.
Yeah.
That's another concept to bring into the fold. We're gonna learn about soon. But the monkey branch. Move from this branch, this one is a bit crackly, you know, it's not as heavy. Jump to the next one. Monkeys.
Because ultimately, women date up.
Yeah.
Generally, they can't date down because now they have to pull the weight of the relationship.
Women don't want to pull weight in any capacity.
No. They tell each other, girl, don't do that. Right?
So a red pill nigga first, he understands that human nature. Because you've been just in the red pill. And it's not malicious. I think people, when I say these things, they think I'm saying women are what, blah, blah, blah. No. Even on your end, as the heart, it's not malicious. It's who you are.
Yeah.
It's not malicious. You don't intend to do it. We're always preaching to the man. That's your man. Then he starts there. It's like, so what's the best bit here? What's the best thing? When it goes to low pill conditioning, as a man, you've got the one-eyes and a soulmate man.
Yeah.
Because there's a hand out there in the world waiting that's gonna love me, accept me the way that I am. Unconditionally.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
You're convincing the men that there's no such thing.
Bro, everything you just said, there's no such thing. I'll tell you what, this is my red pill view. Right? I'll tell you why. One, you said there's one woman out there waiting for me. No such thing. There's no way you can tell me that out of 8 billion people, there's one person waiting for me. Personally, I don't believe that. Personally, I don't believe that.
Nah.
let's not lie to ourselves. Right? Because when you particularly look at those, you will think, no, I get called that.
So harmful,
Don't do that. Then, that's the first thing. Then the second thing you said was,
accept me the way I am.
she will love me unconditionally. Oh, come on, there's no such thing. Everything's conditional with people. Everything. Everything. Yeah. When there are sins. Again, since it's coming out of the matrix, for you to even think like that, you're seeing a mirage and you think that that's what's actually going on. Right?
That's not the
It's
case.
not so. It really isn't. Come on.
I mean, I didn't personal cool. I'm going to really want actors.
Yeah.
Now there's so much with me. I call.
We're gonna contrast the whole conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that, I'm gonna give you that.
So, red pill niggas, red pill men who are just the red pill, understand things for what they are. It's women do this and this and this
Because
1, 2, 3. These bodies want to negate all that and say, no, this is the one. I must go there. I must do it.
Go and slay the dragon, my lord.
Go
and get your
princess.
the white knight.
Wait for her until she comes back. Boy, you know the movies then,
My boy.
where the girl that be moving mad.
But she's mad, she won't come back.
Or you run after her your whole life. And when you finally get her, that's the problem with the message there. And this is what we talk about. We talk about feminine imperative. Feminine imperative supports what blue pill behavior.
Yes, definitely.
Because
it works.
for the women, there we go. Let's move. I'm loving it.
Yeah, when I saw
I know some of you are not loving it.
But because you know. I never say that card. I don't like absolutely never. I'm just speaking. I'm inside. You just want your better.
Yes.
We go further. We say, yo, red pill niggas tend to have more game. They take a book out of the pen book. They know how to operate their hearts.
Yeah.
Because they know what hearts respond to.
Mm.
And they do just that.
Yes.
Fuck what she says.
Yeah.
I know exactly what she needs and what she's
What
supposed
she
to respond to that. I won't lie. It's a bit manipulative in its own way.
Mm.
It's like, yo, plant a seed here, set the trap, and watch it work. And then boom, she falls right into it. Am I wrong for that? Because I knew exactly what she was going to do, and she did that.
She did that.
Am I wrong?
Can't be. It's just that, again, double standard, right? It's a problem when you are selfish.
In any capacity, especially as a man.
As in control. But our sister then knows.
I'm asking what I want.
That is why they will preach the beta, the Bible of beta.
Yeah.
Don't call it the Bible.
It works though, because if me, as a beta dude, can say yes, carry on, we love you for that. Don't I get strength from that? I do. Okay, they feel what I'm doing. Let me keep doing it. That's the way you do the red pill shit. Like, misogynistic, he's a sexist, toxic masculinity. Now we're over time though, that beats on you. It's like, maybe it's just chill.
Exactly. You've been captured.
Like the rest of the
So
yeah, red pill dudes have a little bit of game, though. They know how to operate hands. That's why even back in the day, from high school days, like, yo, he's a player, I don't like him. So, inside, guy cuts. But you said you don't like him.
And guess who says that? Beta.
You said you don't like him.
Beta will come.
I've been here though, the chocolates, the whole thing.
I've done it all for you. But you still let the money in there. I thought you didn't like him. I thought you liked me.
I like you for the purpose that you serve. But I like him for what I'm gonna do for him. He's a man. He's masculine and shit. You're a bitch of a bitch. So your story is going back to the counterpoint of the game. The European conditioning says your game is servitude.
Yes.
Pedestalize your
Behind, yes.
Pedestalize your serve.
Yes.
She must walk on rose petals, not the floor. Say flowers, man. Say chalk. Say Valentine's Day. She must be she must have shit to post on the gram. On your account.
On your account. You do that. That's your responsibility. Make her shine.
She must be
Yes. Yes. Candles.
We were raised that way. With being romantic, don't be ashamed. You must be romantic. Full on. Don't be ashamed of being romantic.
And then, funny enough, right? Me, with one of my experiences, I've seen a couple of men and them on random day. Cop something for the missus. So, and we have to watch that. That was a key. Yeah. You must see. There's the men there. You must see. And they'll give you the keys. They say, this is what you guys must do for your hands. This is how you treat a woman. This is what she needs. Then you do it in high school. Right? There was a big scam, right? Valentine's Day. So how they used to do it at school, it was always be on a Friday. They say it was on a Friday. Wednesday, they come in, yo, who wants to buy?
Orders, yeah, roses.
Do the orders.
Yeah.
Do the orders.
The anonymous delivery, everything.
Even if they put your name on it, it's fine. Everyone comes up. You don't know the vibe. You don't know the vibes, dog. Friday comes now. Everyone's waiting, big chest.
I know this song.
Yes,
I know
this
this song.
But you ain't getting none for it. And then the one buddy who got nothing for the hands, see him putting up like 4 roses. And you're like, but dog, when you didn't sign any shit, bruh, you didn't even spend quad, you didn't buy any of those, but you got all the roses. How? See, what they respond to. Because most of the time when I come to say to you, yo, man, buy me a rose, I wouldn't. I'm doing it. Yeah.
No,
because it's servitude to the hand and her.
I must serve my queen.
There you go.
I must serve my queen. That's my queen.
Now, unfortunately, now, because these red pill guys don't subscribe to servitude of the women, they are now ostracized. There's red tape, sign language, shame all the time. It's how you guys, you think you're a real man, you're not a real man does this. Right?
I mean, that's what I formula.
Real men must do this.
Going the other way, no. So don't tell me what to do. Don't define it for to go as a real man. As soon as you say a real man does this, I'm like, okay, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because everything a real man does is what baby girl needs. And she'll never really thank him for. That's what she needs. You know? It's like the whole thing of, I remember Chris Rock was talking about that on his special song about how like, yo, it's Mother's Day, everything's special, must get money, shit, blah, blah, blah. But you what about daddy, dog?
No.
Like all you get as a man in life for being a man is the big piece of chicken.
Yeah, or 2 pieces.
It's all you ever get.
Because my brother used to get 2 pieces. And he takes whatever pieces he wants. Then y'all can have whatever you want.
You know, back in the day, my boy, and also as a man, back in the day, the whole chicken is for the body. You motherfuckers get the head and the toes and the insides. And then whatever he wants to shake with you. But the whole chicken is his. That's the man.
Yes.
That's all that.
Ultimately, now I'm drawing a parallel with that. You are basically saying the alpha male, the red pill dude, normally has the picking of the it when it comes to the weights.
No, no shit. He picks.
And then the blue pill takes whatever's left from that. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Watching ngathi ngaslasha lo ngoba sithayile. Wow, just simple things though. When we do club culture, we live in those spaces.
Yes.
I was telling them 2 weeks ago, we were at a joint. I was like, yo, I'm feeling this girl, but I'm like, yo, but check who this girl is with though. They got the bottle stuff, they got the Henny right there, they got the Moët right there, they got the gin right there. So, nah, bro. We can do that. We easily can do that. But it costs us more than it costs them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, for us it's a stretch. For them it's easy. They make everyone. So now, Lord, these boys are gonna dance. And then they'll be left to deal with us. What they gonna do? No, they're trying to go away. Not at the boys. Not at the church.
Right.
I got the box in the crib.
Yeah.
So now it's gonna take. You know what I mean? Meaning money down me. Just like that. I'm not gonna pay down who was tripping at the club for the same joke that I just get tossed out now. It's not doing it. So put up shy and I know. I want to problem about for the outside and it's the same time. I'll tell you, you know. So the whole servitude idea, dog. Real pill niggas don't do that. You don't serve your queen, but you are fair to your woman.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily serve your queen, but you are fair to your woman. Rewards, consequences, and knowledge. I operate on that. It's like, no, you did something that's special. You deserve it. You deserve a treat for that.
Yes.
And you fumbled, there are consequences for that. Blue pill niggas don't have no consequences for it. Everything is rewarded. Even the foolery and the madness is rewarded. Because you're taught. So it's not pedestalized to
Save her. She's in the rut. You
Don't
found
save
her.
her. She don't want to be saved. Don't
You
save
found
her.
her in the rut. In the cart. On a mad one. Doing a madness. With all of the madness. You as the blue pill, take her out. You save
It's your
her.
job. White knight syndrome.
Yes.
With your white horse and your armor and
And then
everything.
you put her, like, put her on the pedestal. My queen.
You'll die.
That's it.
You die. You die. You die. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
And then we go again on the red pill side. There's an element of toxic masculinity, right? Once you've ingested the red pill. Because now, because you see hands for what and who they are, you can never see them the same.
True.
So even how you
Yes.
respond to them is different. It's
Yes.
a little bit meaner,
Yes.
it's a little bit colder. And that's the toxic masculinity we're talking about. I won't lie. There will be elements of a little bit of misogyny in those situations, you know, because it's like, yo, dog, now everything I believe to be true about you, I have learned is not. How do you expect me to treat you the same? How do you expect me to love you the same? Because you're not who I thought you were from the onset. So fuck you altogether. And other niggas go all the way with that fuck you.
Yeah. They just
Fuck us all
say,
together.
walk away from the whole
Thank
thing. Yeah.
Yabo
To hell with all of it. Yeah.
Yabo continue, we still try. It's like, but I can't reason with you. If you're not objective. Like already I gauge you and I question your intelligence in every interaction that I have with you. Because everything that I've learned ever since I ingested such a red pill, you are proving to be true. With all your actions over time, I'm just like, yo, all these things, mathematics now, I see it.
It's playing out in real time.
There's no glitch in the matrix now. It's just as it's supposed to be. When she does this though, I can't be mad because I know what it is. Had I not known what it was, then I'd be mad. That's why now people niggas is shocked when their queens act different. I thought this was my queen. Nah, nigga, this is just my bitch. You see, now she acts different. Frack yourself.
Yeah.
Because you didn't expect that. You weren't conditioned to deal with that in your mind. Your mind couldn't take it. Your heart didn't was. Frank,
Over.
you'll die, my hoes. I keep chewing you. You'll die. fucking around with this shit. You know? But no, man, red pill does have a little bit of those toxic elements. It's like now you kind of have to view others as second class citizens of some sort.
Yes.
It does kind of that, no lie. But hey, it's because you know what you know now. Because it's the same thing with dudes, though. You know what motivates dudes. You don't treat them as second class citizens, no? You don't think, right, there's something. Like, there's certain movements that I do when I make, when I'm around you, that I align with the niggas just trying to snatch you. And you let it pass, you let it go, because you know what it is.
I know what it is.
Instead of trying to get some disgusting.
That's what it is.
Some cuts. This is what about cuts. So it's not operating from the frame of mind that you meant. It's thinking with the second hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you let it go, because it's like, I'm thinking with the second hand, I go. Yeah, it's like, talk about it later, yeah. But right
also, we're not as emotionally invested into things, particularly when you're on the red pill side. Because you know, this is all a game. It just turns into a game at the end of the day. It's now you can go as much as I'm sure guy goes when she's
Nah, it's all valid. Now, which is weird, and it sounds awkward now when you put it out and you say it to people, because it sounds very, I don't know, it has a level of messiah complex, know-it-all element on our part to be said, no, I know why you do what you do. So, you know what I mean? No, it's like, just right. I see it.
Yeah.
I just think it's part of it.
I want it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, so basically, I can't do anything and not be judged for it. No. And unfortunately, that's how life works. Right? Everyone falls into a certain category.
Yes.
So, on the red pill side, I'll concede. A little bit of toxic masculinity. Now, but on the red pill side, you see what I'm saying? We're talking masculinity now. This is on the red pill side. You know, if you are listening to what I say, you make the distinction. Yeah, it's okay. Now, but it's about
objective.
Keyword.
Objective. As for keyword, it's never an answer.
Keyword. I'm thinking some consider it's equal element of toxic masculinity on the component of what we are talking about. So that's you're going to try to toxic masculinity. No, I didn't say that, and that's not the case. You know. Now the inverse of that is the same. It's the same now. Because you don't understand women nature and you are fully in the simple. Again, the same goes hand in hand with the servant.
Yeah.
My queen comes first. My queen wants this, my queen must give it.
Whatever she needs.
Whatever she wants,
yes, at any
not what she needs.
At any point.
Because you see, that's the difference now. If you ingested the red pill, you know what she needs. And you guide exactly what she needs. No more. No less. Exactly what she needs. And then when she performs certain acts of service to you, then you give her what she wants as a reward of her going the next time as well. Because they have a role to play as well. That's the cognitive dissonance with them. They don't want to play their role. Whatever role you guide them.
The red pill dude requires you to serve a purpose in space. The blue pill brother, I'm sorry, you just be here. I just wait and you just allow me to do whatever it is that I
I'm still going back to the previous episode that we're doing, this thing of getting validation from Hans. Whenever what Hans do or say makes you feel more like a man, you're lost. You're lost. Problem. Now, what's about respond now? If they are saying shit, already so actually. But if they are doing shit, then maybe you're on the right track. Yes. And then if they are doing shit, they're trying to be in space. And they'll take whatever deal you got, even if it's a shit deal. Just so they're in space.
Yeah.
Then you're operating, right? I've been there. And meaning actually Nkuruma from all angles. I've been on both sides. Been blue pill. My whole life. Naturally, though, I had some red pill tendencies. But now, because of conditioning, it's like, oh, okay, I guess this is where I am. And then you get to a point where you're like, nah, fuck this, bro. Bitch. This is not working for me. Why am I not getting the hearts that I want? I can't standardize them. That's why. Okay, let me treat them fair. Oh, for something now, the numbers are starting to add up. It's like, oh,
Discuss innards.
it only comes down to the submission.
Yes.
Because viscous innards is the ultimate submission. Like, you are a guy. The essence of who I am, take. You know? It takes a lot for her to do that, though, so you're not just dying.
True. But again, she's responding. You see? Because they don't want to hit. But they need to hit. Now giving them some red pill, they don't want to hit. See the blue pill bunnies? They pay the highest price and don't get caught.
Been there. Facts.
And then these O's do nothing. Worse shit on the hands.
Yeah.
For the most part. That's not. That's not. Right?
Basic doubting now, suicides. You preference. Because by word of mouth, all girls want a good guy. Oh, they must want me flowers, must be good to me. Then, in reality, in response, there are hands that advocate for the physical abuse. It's hard to say yes, no, I'm trying. There are hands that say that. I've heard that one too many times. There's no even at sometimes you know I'm trying. Now you're gonna beat up hands because they say you must.
Don't be stupid. That's true.
Never listen to what I'm saying.
That's stupid.
Check what they respond to. Because you see, when they say that, they just don't know how to articulate it. But it's that aggression. They want that aggression from you.
Because it's alpha energy.
Just that aggression. Even as to how you smash the thing you do. A hand will come to me because she knows this nigga doesn't give a fuck. This nigga's gonna pin me on the wall, gonna choke me, gonna do that shit, and it's gonna be a nice turn on. And then I'm gonna go to my girlfriend in the car. And now we like cars, though. We even wanna be the little spoon.
Yeah.
You see? So I go there, get ravished, then I'm gonna go to my girlfriend to heal. From that experience that I just had.
Madness.
You playing games. You think this is a drill?
We started more.
It's not a drill, dog.
Yeah.
It's not a drill.
It's not a drill. It's not a drill.
Go back again. Contrast. Another quality of the red pill. In line with the Lord and their purpose, right? When you're red pill, dog, you know what you have. You know what your job is. Okay. As a human being, who's not like a human being. And you operate based on that, right? Because a lot of us are lost because of the skills we have, the qualifications we have, and what society wants us to do. But most red pill niggas is like, bro, here's my back. That's why I kind of see red pill and alpha niggas are the ones that society doesn't really rate that high. They just carve their own path until society has to accept it.
Yeah, true.
That's why it's like the artists, the politicians, the preachers, like these ones are just doing well. You don't necessarily agree with them, but they have influence.
Yeah. Not the most popular.
Not the most popular, but the most pure.
Yeah.
I'm about my shit. And it's not my shit. Not so damn bad. You do what I do right now. So they do that. And then when you switch it up to the other men there, again, the last 3 points all go to servitude. Because it's like the tricky thing.
Yeah.
Paying for it.
painful intimacy, painful interactions, pain. You see this OnlyFans stage?
Yes.
You see this OnlyFans thing?
Don't put this for your Benjamin, dog.
Dog.
But now, go pay a
Hey.
to show me movies.
You can get good for free.
You can get one for free, you can get movies for free. Now you're gonna go subscribe there, but
Pay $10 each to look at her feet. Are you high?
dog, I hate feet altogether, so like, not having the feet.
No, but there's those O's.
Feet fetish, yeah.
Yeah, I want that tricky energy. I'll pay whatever the cost is.
Honestly, then is the idea of it ain't tricking if you got it. Nah, nigga. It's not tricking, it's tricking. You know, that's the point that I'm driving at. And it's like, with what I know now, I've never been a trick before. You know, not to say I had the money or anything like that, but I've just never been a tricking nigga. I just know there's something a little off about doing things for hands without getting anything in return. Naturally, I've always known.
Naturally,
There's
yes.
something off there. It's like, what's going on there? There's not a fair exchange, man.
Yeah.
Most times that I've done anything for hands is because they've done shit for me. The first hand that I took out on a date, taking me out on a date first. Things like that. It's like, you know what?
Yes.
This is worth it. You do the same for me. So I get back on that. You're not entitled to it. You know, it's just something we do. Because it's here for having to that capacity, right? So, meaning as I am now with what I know, I ain't doing that shit, dog. I ain't tricking at nobody. Not to make me go for what I'm doing. No, if I like you, yeah. I'm gonna show you I like you. I ain't tricking on you, though. If you was my girl, though, and I got it, you got it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You've played your position, you've earned that right to call in those couple of favors. Like I remember that this one hand that I used to mess with like a couple of months, maybe even a year back. She was always on that tip, like, cause she always used to do nice things for me. So whenever she'd be like, yo, please, I don't know. Instinctively, I'd be like, alright, babe, you've earned that.
Yeah.
If I got it, I'm cool.
But no reason to say no.
You've given me things that I didn't ask for, things that I need. So it's a fair trade. Yeah.
It's not that
But the tricky item though, you spending your hard-earned guap on the possibility of this incident. On the possibility, not the guarantee. As opposed to just saying, except, let's just have I'm battling face. We just say, yo, what is what kind? Fair trade. I'm paying.
Yeah.
I'm getting a service. Yeah, you're paying me definitely, my boy, for something that might never happen. And Hans is slick. That's the fucked up thing about it. Now you're missing the woman nature element of things. Because Hans will make you for everything they can make you for, if you allow it to. That's how they operate. It's not malicious. It's just who they are. It's like, yo, I can get everything for nothing. I'm going for that. You hear Hans bragging proudly, dog. It's like, nah, bruh. I'm just asking for guap and he says it, and he's never even kissed me, he's never even got some that. You know, the reason you bring that up is because you know that's what he wants.
And we know those parties, though. We know that.
Don't be that guy.
And the thing is, those shame you, sign language your ass all the way to think that a hand deserves money. For what, dog? She deserves the trips. For what, dog?
For what?
Honestly, for what?
What work you put in?
She deserves food. Yeah?
Who's food, bruh?
Dog.
Example, shit been circulating, dog.
Yeah.
My boy, that $40, that $50, yeah, $3 in a lecture with my friends. Nah, $50 now, bruh. That's 3 Ubuntu's a luxury job.
Comfortable.
That's reasoning for at least an hour and a half or 2. Just reasoning with my mans. Saying I don't know 3 Ubuntu's. I'd rather do that than buy you a Disney child and not getting anything out of that. Because at least when I'm reasoning with my mans, I'm reasoning with my mans.
Getting some knowledge, good company,
Done.
still sharpening skill.
Okay.
Now you go and deposit guap that side by KFC. And they send through the wings, chief. What are you
Thank you with the kiss emoji.
Now you think me emoji currency.
My point.
But again, if blue pill is okay with that energy.
You see, blue pill alone, the idea of it ain't tricking if you got it. Yeah, you got it, bro. Don't do that. She doesn't respect you when you do that. Like, except there's parties with man, dog. Got a wife and kids, they vend out, my kids are in varsity, my wife is living right. Come to Joburg to say work. 5 year to Vince or a DZUJ. 5 year nice 23-year-old prime. Say you why no? Come here, you say. That townhouse there, rent paid for, some whip. Man, guap. Here's what I need from you. When I say pull up, I say what?
Yeah.
I'm paying fucking hundreds and thousands of rands into your lifestyle, making you that it girl, let's get it. Just so I can give biscuits in that when I desire them. And it's not all the time. I have a wife back home and I'm always working. I've got 2 more bitches like you at different campuses.
Yes.
Doing the same shit. Because my money that long. It ain't tricking if you got it. That's the idea in that situation. But he's benefiting from that. Now the idea is, if you don't want to trick, you ain't got the guap. You know, that nigga tricking, he's got the guap. And he's not even tricking, because he's getting return for his money. He's just got too much money, so he's doing a little extra. For the small return, that me there campus, I get my ala up. Come into your posy, I be driving your beds. Say I'm inside there. You say Tanta, you want a 3 mothers, mother say, it's a daddy, we got some money now. What we say? Putting the ass was not the grabber, so it works for you. Let's see your time, let's see if you need to.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the beast. That's how the game works. Where you playing, man?
Where do you stand?
You don't know. Because it's stupid.
It's hierarchy.
It's stupid. You don't want to know. You reject the knowledge from the guy. You say, what. Nah, son. I know the keys. I got this shit, dog. I lived it, though. I lived it. So it's like, yo, fam.
So now, we've spoken in reason about both sides. Now, is there a middle ground to this behavior? Because anything that is to the extreme of either side is bad for us all.
Yeah.
Right? What's in the what about the community? And the function of serving everyone. So now if we have a society of all alphas and red pills, it's an issue.
Yeah.
And if we have a society of all betas and blue pills, it's another issue.
Yeah.
Is there a middle ground to this whole conversation?
We're getting there. That's the last point. That's one of the salmon. That's the same part. There are just 2 points that I want to drive at. That you classified it. It's funny that you just mentioned that. Because now with the red pill, most of the times, if you've taken the red pill, you tap into your alpha energy as well.
Yes.
You tap into your alpha energy. Okay. The alpha energy dictates purpose, me, everything else. You put your purpose before yourself. And then you. And then everything else. Your hand can be just behind you. It's okay. Purpose, me, hand. That's never usually the case if you're a girl nigga. It's just like purpose, me, family, the whole cute, and then hand.
Yeah.
I can make top 5.
Yeah, she can.
Really top 4, you know, she doesn't play in the Champions League. Most of the time.
Europa.
Just Europa 5. It's just the 5 or 6. If you are proper, reasonable man. But now if you put your heart into certain situations, she can be there. She can make Champions League.
Again, I still don't think that's a bad.
No, it's not bad thing. She can make Champions League. The first 2 are important. Purpose, you. Then 3 is usually fam dead. You know, and fam dead is your family and the actual family you choose. Your homies.
Your homies, yeah, right. Okay.
You know, because not to be an asshole or anything, but
it's usually, homies over hoes most of the time. And niggas say that because it comes from somewhere. It's a deep thing, dog. My niggas ride with me. The family that I've chosen for myself are closer than my actual family that are related to my blood. That's a real thing that niggas do. We put that out in the friendship episode.
Yes.
I think we put that out in one of the value episodes as well. We were talking about that, like why we create the ones that we do and how. That's the rules. So that's important to us. So that's the next thing after my natural existence. That's the next thing. Now, if as a hand you fall into that sphere as well, then you could easily be third. Because some hands fall into your frame in that capacity.
Yes, of course.
They play the fam role,
Of course.
they play the gang role.
Of course.
Which is rare, but some hands do that. That's where now it leads me to my last point. Blue pill conditioning. That's how you fall in love. Never fall in love.
That's a hard rock, concrete statement.
As a man, you have no reason to fucking fall in love. Love your heart when you want. Never fall in love.
Yeah.
Ever. Can't listen. Anything. Now it's the heart.
Yeah.
Again, freak yourself.
Break.
Easy. You love. How you freak yourself. How you freak yourself. You go. You go. Easily. Honorably fools. At least according to you.
To you, yeah. Because, see, right? I know for a fact, right? I think everybody knows this. That you don't want no blue pill behavior. It's like, hey, bitterness must just stop, right? Bitterness must stop.
Yeah, to the largest degree.
Yeah, to the largest degree, right? And you pro alpha.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm a very liberal guy for the most part. Others would say I'm a straight rigid guy, which is true. But in terms of how you want to live your life, I'm very liberal. But I'll just tell you what it is. You know what I mean? So you can be a blue pill beta, that's fine. You can be a red pill alpha, that's fine too. Do what works for you and what outcomes you want. If you want to be the slave, do the blue pill thing. If you want to be the master, do the red pill thing. And it matters. Moment there. What's that? The senoritas.
Was a mamacita.
Nani, now that you've been able to give you the framework of the society, choose accordingly. If you know when you're a strong black independent, we are when aggression and you don't need a man, go for your
You told them to celebrate.
Let's
blue pill for.
Let blue pill for some stressing and lo pill red pill. Leave that guy alone. Trust.
Kahle. Lathi ukuthi ke yini lenkinga ngeke bese ngiyabahleka ke ngithi lama ideologies akhona ande kuba nonsensical ekhathi. Ngalokuthi le conditioning yakho ikuvumela lokuthi ungene ngala blue pill.
Yes.
Le conditioning. But the nature hardwiring. Lobungwe bakho. Noma understand wena noma ngokuchaza uthi like alpha ngiyiko phela ukhanza ukuthi ke now in most scenarios the hands try to be that alpha. The idea is always tame the alpha. That's why now you have two youths by different baby daddies because you're trying to trap them with the kid and tame them and kick them in your situation, in your frame. Because them niggas is alpha, they move still. So saying the two youths. Now the patrons come and clean up. And there's a lot of cleanup guys though. And I'm saying there's nothing wrong. Okay, there's a whole lot of shit with being a cleanup guy. But know that you are the cleanup guy and accept it. Then you won't resent him others and you'll try avoid him others resenting you. But trust me, you should always resent your dog. because you know what she picked. You know what she wanted. You just what she's left with. Going back to the hunter and gatherer analogy that I always use. You know, bruh. Some niggas only get ass because the niggas that they wanna give ass to are not available. Back in the day was because they were dead. They were killed in war, they were killed by the mammoth when hunting.
Yep.
They dead. So select these hoes that we gather with. You know, and then those are the bathers. There was no family, niggas were soft. You know, so it's like, yeah. So it was procreate, so selling now this is not a package.
I think lokunye lesingavala ngako ukuthi our conditioning is set way.
Yeah.
But traumas, experiences will lead you to the red pill in a lot of scenarios, because you have those who were doing the group in life and the volcano erupted and messed his whole world. And it's like, fuck this, fuck the mothers, fuck everybody. I'm doing this now.
Most of us came to the red pill. Now I'm saying to my O's, let's avoid that.
Let's avoid that.
Now just get the red pill easy.
Take it.
Like this.
Yeah.
As we speak to you
As we reason.
take it like that. Trust me, the experience can be very Me I know. Abo.
Yeah.
Who hurt you. Yes. For them it's sign language. In its own right. But then I always say, yo, shout out to everybody that has hurt me because they led me to the red pill to understand. Now I don't even resent those hands. I'm like, no, bruh, you had to do that. I was being a simp. I was being soft. Yo, in those situations. And you, as mothers, you needed more from me. And I didn't guide you because I pedestalized you instead. So I didn't guide you what you needed from me. So you had to do that.
You men are soft.
These brothers are soft. All you niggas is soft. You don't watch Barracks.
But again, this is not a dictatorship, Mr. Masuku. Wait, these are the choices you have, right? But again, in closing, is there a way is there a way for us to bring the two together into one being to complement living the
Tricky. Okay. Waqala kwamele sonke simukele uthi singakuphi. If you know you're a blue pill dude, be a blue pill dude. If you know you're a red pill dude, be a red pill dude. And if you know you're an alpha dude, be an alpha dude. If you're a beta dude, be a beta dude. Because the two can still switch up. You can be a blue pill alpha and you can be a red pill beta. That's all in the conditioning. You check. You can take the red pill, but still be beta.
Yes.
In the red pill. So operate in your beta-ness. It's fine. That then communicates to the outliers and those intangibles that people like to speak of, right? Which means the 20% of the feminine pose must link with the 20% of the masculine parts.
Yes.
Nivane noto, what are the nibe happy? Ngabese niyashlupha ke thina nabanye. Kwazi kuyabo ukuthi happy. Bese sefuna kushlupha. Yeah, because essentially with hands, it's that thing. They need the two O's. They need the alpha, they need the beta. They want to be catered to. They really want that. They need that. It makes them feel it.
They want to be worshipped. Yeah.
But at the same time, they need someone to cater to themselves. They need that balance. And usually, that can't be the same dude. If I lap with issue.
Yeah.
That can't be the same dude. Rarely ever is.
So my question, as always, okay, this is how life is set up. What are the outcomes that you desire? then you move accordingly. If you want to do the worshipping thing to the hand, you must know that alpha is also getting other things from behind the side.
Yeah.
In the case of what you're saying, see, they always need two roles.
Yeah.
And if you're the babe, you're the alpha, you know who's when you're getting the wet, but someone else is taking care of the next situation, which goes to the beta too.
Shit, nigga, that's the best situation for me. No admin, but the benefits, no admin. Please, give me that.
Yeah, just be aware.
Give me that one.
Just be aware.
Let's say in China, it was always China, because going back to the ideology of it's It's that thing. It's
that thing.
It's the whole thing. It's like, yo, you want that, but they want something else. And all the way in, you know, and so let's you know, one of my boys was even saying yesterday, maybe let's just all be Sims. So it runs out of fashion, so they don't want that anymore. You know. I'm like, yeah, that's one option. But I'm preaching the option is no, let's all be solid. So they are forced to be accountable for who they are as human beings. Because you can't keep sub-winning this, sub-winning that, when you're not working towards being that. You can't I can't demand now there's no honor for playing the NBA, dog, and I haven't put in my practice in. I'm not worthy of being in the NBA. But I'm playing the NBA. But on top of playing, I want to start. On top of starting, I want to be a franchise player. I haven't put in the work. There's people that don't sleep, dream and sleep that basketball, bro. Me, I'm just expecting I'm gonna outshine them because I want to. I summer it and I manifest it with the dizzy candles. Let's not move like that.
Yeah.
Put in the work to get the desired outcome.
There we go.
I paid in the cognitive dissonance. You would see, you're going to now, but you're not charge. You're not gonna get the outcome.
Never.
You simple. Get you mean. We are thinking that you mean in those couple of months. It's gonna be excruciating. My muscles are gonna be tested, but the end result never let me fool now. If you're trying to lose weight, you're gonna lose weight. If you're trying to get shape, you're gonna get shape. But you put in the work. Never think you're gonna buy sex symbol, but you don't fool. It's a KFC, not a pay.
I'm cheap.
Hey, why shall you not? So cap at that saying, so I saw 6 shot. So I started. So maybe it's even now go in mind in doing everything that we are doing. So going back to how do we find the middle ground? Know who you are. Know what you deserve. Move on to that. When you feel like you want more, earn that. So then when it's time to get it, you can easily say, I deserve it.
Yes.
Because now none of us deserve shit. You haven't worked for shit. You don't deserve, you want. When you deserve something, you've put in the work. I can vouch for you and say, no, you deserve that. If people can't vouch for you and say, no, but they deserve this, then you just want it. You don't deserve it. Stop using the fucking word deserve. You don't deserve shit. You haven't earned it.
It's getting hurt.
Deserve something.
Oh yeah.
You don't deserve nothing, dog.
Yeah.
The world don't owe you shit. You work. Hands work. Niggas work. Stop fucking simping. No, that must be sagari, but I think that's why then I preach nobody must simple. Because there's a must be sagari. Then we are assholes for not doing it. Let's not be those people, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, it is society we live in. And it's I said it earlier on in a previous episode, it's not a symmetrical society. There's no chance. So work to get your outcomes. And don't be on a dictatorship energy. Don't force the balance because everything is reflective. If you're a blue pill, you get the overbearing hands. If you're an alpha, you get everyone, but choose the hands who are not overbearing. So you also don't deal with a lot of stress. No pair, I see. No pair. Kwame Sekpeli and stuff.
I'm saying a woman. So, and I was just thinking, it's like the masculinity is in Kazakh, remember, say divided into two.
Moreover, what now tends to happen on both sides, women call these better guys less of men and they treat them like trash and whatever. Don't do that. He's just a different kind of man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That takes nothing away from his masculinity.
Exactly. It's just a different kind of guy. Even the O's, the red pill O's also shit on those guys. Those guys look at the red pill guys funny.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. We're all men in our own right.
Yeah.
Just different sides of the coin.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm also going different sides of the same coin. I'm missing bundle. But now beta, but they must be willing to talk.
Yeah.
We want to be feminine. Now we look beta, we want to be feminine. Be able to stem the crowd. Even in the chaos, there's already. But stem the crowd. We want to show manners. Stop. There's nothing I hate more than seeing all over with their testicles in a woman's purse. I hate that shit. It pisses me off, personally. I hate it. That's how, but it's a mother's a nana very daughter because they're nana mothers. But she mustn't have your balls on the purse. No, your balls must be attached to you. That's why you do the pledge. You create on what's sacred to you. You're fucking nuts.
A different main car. I don't.
But I see violent. You're not being actually clinical, straight to the point. As I made a weak casa. La manye terms sister ukukhuluma ngawo la kula comments nase comment na like and subscribe. But it's another episode of the Barracks. We're signing out. Barracks SD Instagram, Barracks SD Twitter. We are.
Salute.
So love.
Was home when you left. You're right. The dog was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right. I left my home. I left my home. To join the army. To join the army. I left my home.
The Barracks Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe.